Hello and welcome to lesson 1 on how to get started in Unity. Now after you've downloaded Unity and installed it, you'll see this little icon here which you click on, and that brings up the projects menu. You'll need to log in the first time and then it will show you all of the projects that you're working on. There's also the option to click on Learn and find a whole bunch of tutorials that you can use to take your learning even further, and links which have websites full of useful information and helpful tips on what you can do if you get stuck. Now we're going to go ahead and build a brand new project today, so click on New, and once the new screen comes up we're going to give it a name, so I'll change that project name to Getting Started. I can choose where to store it on my computer, that's fine, and choose whether you want to make it a 2D or a 3D game. We're going to choose 3D today. And if you've got any assets that you've already downloaded from the internet, you can choose to have them ready to go once the game begins. So any of these things I've downloaded already. I'm just going to ignore them because I want to show you how to do it from within the game. So create a project. Now this can take anything up to 30 seconds to get started. Here we go. Yeah. So I'm just going to quickly talk you through all of these different windows. This main one in the middle is your one that you will use for adding things into the game. So this is called the scene window. So anything that you want to add into your game, you'll just drag and drop into here, resize it, stretch it, move it, anything like that. Underneath is the game window. So you can see there it says game. This is what you would see if you were actually playing the game. So there's nothing to see at the moment. As you add new things into the scene, the game window will automatically update. Okay, so now on the left hand side we've got the hierarchy, which are all the things that are already in your game. So I've got a main camera. If I click on the main camera, you see in my scene window it's been highlighted, and I can move that around if I want. The directional light, which is that one, and that changes how light or dark or what time of day your game is going to be played, and at the moment I'm just going to leave that as it is. Up here above it is the project window. Just going to move these windows so you can see it better. And what this is are all the different assets or all the different things you've downloaded which are available to you. So if you want to take anything from this assets window and drag it into your scene window, it will go straight into your game and you'll see it down here. Now we've not got anything yet, we're going to add those later. On the right hand side we can ignore the services window there. I'm going to click on Inspector, and this is going to become really important because the Inspector window, that lets you change anything that's in your scene. For example, if I click on the camera, you'll notice Inspector, that window, it completely fills up with lots of different options. So I can change its position, I can rotate it, I can scale things, I can change the backgrounds. So if I just move that around, you'll see that the position number changed. Also, if I click on the directional light, you'll see it brings up a whole different set of options of things that I can change. And as I load more assets into this game, all of these options will change. Okay, so let's go ahead and find out how we can get some assets to add into our world. Now there's a couple of different ways of doing this. First way is by going to the Assets Store, which you can see there's a little tab there. If that tab's missing, I can go to Window and choose the Assets Store there, and it will bring up the option. Okay, so here we go. Asset Store is already there. So if I just clicked on it, at the moment it's blank, but it will slowly load. Here we go. Some of them are free and some of them cost money. So I'm going to show you how you can choose just the free ones to get started. So I want to add something into my game. I'm going to add trees. So click on trees. And I want to make sure that I'm only choosing free only. If I don't choose free only, you can see that all of these objects down here cost money. So I'm just going to click on free only and it filters out only the free objects. Okay, so I'm going to choose, let's choose this one here. It says low poly, which is always useful to choose low poly objects. Now if you choose something that says low poly, it usually means that it doesn't take up much memory. So you can see here the size is 234 kilobytes KB. If that was 234 megabytes, it would take a long time to download into our game. So it'll also show you a couple of clips about what it will look like. And I'm happy with what they look like, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit download. Once it's downloaded, I need to import them into my game. So click import. Notice now that the assets window under project has got this extra little folder full of the asset that I've just downloaded, the different trees. I'm going to go back to my scene now. Okay, the trees haven't been imported straight into the game. I have to choose to add them in, and I'll show you how to do that next time. Another way to get assets into the game is by clicking on Assets, Import Package, and then choosing one of these options here. I'm going to choose Environment. Unity has some assets already ready to go, but it doesn't load them automatically. You have to choose to add them. So import. And you'll notice, once it's downloaded, that my assets options will increase. I'll have another asset to choose from. Okay, so now you'll notice that I've got another option in my assets window, and I have other things like trees and water that I can add in. That's all for now. In the next video, we're going to show you how to actually use some of these assets to begin to build your world.